Hello and welcome to Spotlight. This is Art Cortinell reading Don Pearce's Bible Prophecy in today's world news.
This is part 7 in our series. Russia and Israel. We will turn our Bible spotlight on two countries that are totally different in size, Russia and Israel, yet linked together. 1 in 6 of the Jews in Israel have come from Russia. Following Mr. Putin's visit to Israel last June, we reported on Russia's desire to become involved in exploiting Israel's vast gas reserves. In Milestones 2012, we enlarged this concept of the security that Russia could bring to Israel's vulnerable offshore rigs if Russia was a partner. For the first time, one could see how the Middle East situation would be transformed if Russia was working for Israel instead of against her. Russia's allies would have toe-to-toe the line if Russia could work with Israel. It would surely encourage the more moderate Arab states to be more open about their links with Israel. Last autumn, Gazprom put in a bid to become part of the third company consortium to develop the Leviathan gas field, the largest gas discovered in the world for some 20 years. The cost of exploiting and marketing the gas are immense. Gazprom is not only Russia's biggest company, but the largest gas company in the world. Their bid was the highest and seems to be on track. Then, in December, it was announced that the existing licenses had chosen an Australian firm, Woodside Petroleum, to be their partner, under pressure from the American partners. This seemed to put matters on hold, but not for long. In March, it was announced that Gazprom had signed a deal with the Tamar licensees. This well came on stream at the end of March, and initial flows will be absorbed by Israel's needs. As more drilling work is done, there is promised to be big flows of gas, far more than tiny Israel can use. Normally, one would lay a pipeline and ship the gas to neighbouring customers. For Israel, though, who is my neighbour that won't pass by on the other side to avoid touching my goods? Is it Egypt? Syria? Lebanon? No, but Jordan is one possibility. Turkey is now emerging as another possibility. Alternatively, one can ditch the thought of a pipeline and concentrate on shipping the gas to where the demand and prices is the highest, and that is to Asia. Of course, one can't pipe it there. Enter LNG, liquid neutral gas. If gas is chilled to a liquid form at minus 162 degrees centigrade, then it is 6,000 more compressed than it is in its gaseous state. One can ship it with tankers, and upon discharge at its destination it will turn back into gas when it is no longer chilled. The equipment is very expensive, but for the quantities that Israel expects to have available, it will be very profitable. Asian countries are in such great need for clean energy that they are prepared to pay high prices for regular supplies. Normally, one would pipe the gas offshore and have the refrigeration plant on land, and then fill the gas tankers at the nearby port. Land is scarce in Israel, and few want to have an LNG plant on their doorsteps. Enter the concept of a floating refrigeration plant. No precious shoreline land is needed, and as one will eventually run out, it can be moved to the next well. The first such floating factory, FLNG, is currently under construction by Daewoo in South Korea for the use of the northern coast of Western Australia, and is the world's biggest offshore structure ever built. The picture shows what it will look like and shows a typical transport ship alongside. The cost for a ship fitted with the LNG plant are around about £8 billion. so it will need big pockets to lay out such sums before ever getting a penny back. Enter Gazprom. It appears that the deal with Tamar is that Gazprom pays for an 8 billion FLNG vessel in return for getting the license to market the excess gas from Tamar. Although a 20-year agreement has been signed, the new Israeli government still has not indicated how much gas it is going to permit to be exported. At the end of May, the matter was raised again in the Knesset,
as it is holding up the plans of the gas well developers. There is no doubt that the demand for gas within Israel is going to boom, as it is such a clean fuel, and the population reasonably compact, making distribution economic. Russia is keen to be involved in the Mediterranean energy scene. This was the headline in March the 8th's issue of the United Press International, under the title "Russia Muscles In on East Med Gas Boom." Quote, "A new deal by Russia's Gazprom energy giant to market Israeli liquefied natural gas puts Moscow firmly in the burgeoning and contentious East Mediterranean energy sector and shows that it is again emerging as a player in the strategic region. The 20-year LNG contract between Gazprom subsidiary Gazprom Marketing and Trading Switzerland and Leviathan LNG Marketing Corporation also provides a major boost for Russia's drive to rebuild its Cold War influence in the Middle East that collapsed with the demise of the Soviet Union. The deal, signed February the 26th, is a direct consequence of groundbreaking visit to Israel, the United States' most valuable strategic ally in the region, by Russian President Vladimir Putin last June. With US interest in the Middle East seemingly diminishing, in part because of vast shale oil and natural gas deposits that lessen dependence on Persian Gulf oil, Putin clearly has ambitions of filling this vacuum. Without doubt, the Tamar deal rewrites the ABC of geopolitics of energy security, Badrak Umar wrote in the Asian Times online analysis. End of quote. In our next issue of Spotlight in the News, we will see how Russia is eyeing other countries in the region as she tries to build up a portfolio of energy interests. Russia is thinking big.
This has been Art Cortinell reading Don Pearce's Spotlights, Bible Prophecy in Today's World News.
Join us again next time for part 8 in our series, when we consider further how Bible prophecy is being fulfilled by world news today.